Another travel day, another early morning. Hello, 5:30 a.m. Croatia, we're coming back to you. Alrighty, Travel Dons, welcome back to the Adventures of a Traveling Don and our continued series here throughout the Balkans. We're going to be heading back into Croatia today from Mostar to the city of Split. I'm very excited about it. It's the home of Diocletian's palace, but we'll get into that later. It is now currently 6:15 a.m. Still dark outside. I'm shooting this in January. And that bus right there, I think, is my bus. But obviously about a half hour early. So whoever is driving that bus is probably chilling somewhere where it's warm. It's kind of like an oxymoron. Chilling where? Warm. Sorry, I'm still just waking up. My mind's a little loopy and tired. I'm going to go find someplace warm as well, and then we'll get on the bus. So I look at my bus. It's a nice bus. And again, it's about 25, 26 bucks from Mostar to Split. But then this other bus pulls up next to us. This double-decker business class bus that hosts Wi-Fi and charging plugs. I want to be on that bus. I don't know where it's going, but it's a nicer bus than the one I'm on. It's probably more expensive, but even still. I look at my bus and then I look at that one, I'm like, First world problems. Sunrise. Alright, so we have just officially made it back into Croatia, and I almost got left at the border. I just went through border passport control, and they had a toilet right around the corner, so I went in there and, you know, doing your thing, and all of a sudden I hear the bus moving around the side. I have not basically fixed myself that fast ever. You know, it's just like, come back, start running after the bus. It didn't stop. I think it meant to stop after it cleared a certain point, but it was still kind of like, it's kind of jarring when you're, you know, doing your thing, and all of a sudden you hear the bus, the only bus out there, and you know it's your bus moving, and you're like, well, crap. So, anyway, onwards to Split. So, we have a illegal on board because I don't think he paid for his bus ticket, as you can see. And of course he chooses right next to me to sit. I'm an unwilling accomplice in this. I did not approve. We've officially made it to Split, Croatia, ladies and gentlemen. We're back on the Adriatic, and we'll head over to the Airbnb. Not sure if I can get in just yet. If we can't, we'll grab something to eat while we wait. Otherwise, let's go see where we'll be staying tonight. All right, so we've just checked into the Airbnb here in Split. I'll give you a little kind of quick room tour, and then we're going to go out and get something to eat because I've only had like a granola bar and, you know, some trail mix for breakfast because it was an early morning bus ride. Anyway, let's give you the quick tour. Of course, a nice kind of TV setup here along with a comfy looking couch. Nice looking bed here. It is a studio apartment. Ooh, foam mattress too. That's really nice. And then, of course, you have the entire kitchen setup system, everything you need. All the teas you could ever want, which is good because I'm slowly running out of the ones I've been carrying with me. And then, of course, the bathroom, nice shower. And it's walled, glass off. Great. I'm not going to get water everywhere. And then, of course, sink, and does have a washer for you as well. So, but this Airbnb is about a little over 30 bucks a night during the off season. As you guys know, I'm here during January, so things are much cheaper this time of the year. But even still, it's right off the, just a little bit off the main, one of the main routes through town. So let's go ahead and go out and get something to eat and kind of start exploring Split, Croatia. So just had the guy that owns the Airbnb come down, Mr. Rocco, come down and kind of talk to me. I love when people actually do that. Nowadays, even with like Airbnb, a lot of times it's like self-check-in and stuff. And technically I did do a self-check-in, but he also lives like right upstairs. So he came down and talked to me, kind of gave me some great advice. That's what I really kind of like and I kind of miss. Airbnb used to almost always be that. Now it's like they make everything all, digital and self-check-in. So anyway, time to grab some money and then go get something to eat. Okay, so just popped into a place called Popeye for a little bit of a lunch. I would say 6 out of 10. Definitely the wraps that I saw looked fantastic. The burger I got was interesting because it was called the Popeye burger. Even their symbol is literally Popeye. I don't know how they trademarked that or if that's just open, but the flavor itself was good. There was 2 different sauces. They had a barbecue and a mayo sauce on it, and the burger was big. But I don't know what they made the burger out of, but for some reason it was just a little tough. I'm not sure what it was. Like I said, the flavor was good. It wasn't overcooked. It was actually probably medium cook. But for some reason, the burger meat in it of itself was a little tough. So, like I said, 6 out of 10. Definitely the wraps that I saw and things like that. Next time I'd go get the wrap or something. Maybe something like that, because those looked really, really good. But anyway, let's continue exploring Split. I gotta say, first impressions of Split are actually really nice. I mean, first and foremost, the weather is fantastic. It's just slightly cool, maybe about 52 degrees, sunny. It's just, this is an amazing, amazing day to have arrived on. And it's just kind of it's fascinating because I look around and a lot of the architecture, particularly the less modern and more old style architecture, is a mixture of Venetian. Most of it is Venetian style. Of course, there's a long history with the Venetians here, but there's even a couple of buildings that have more of a Austrian, Central European style of architecture. And I do know that this place was part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire for a short time, maybe about 50 years or something like that. But it is rather fascinating just looking around. And I just love this, this seaside promenade here is fantastic. And of course, the rows of the all the palm trees in the back almost give me more what should we say, either Southern Italian or even Spanish coast vibes, and less Venetian. So it's fascinating. You got a little bit of everything here. And I think that it was part of what the Dalmatian states was about, looking kind of briefly into the history, just because they were sort of free states that were kind of tug and war back and forth between the Byzantines at some point. Obviously this whole area goes back to the Romans, but the Venetian Republic, of course, and then eventually the Ottomans. This area I think was even under charge for a short time under Napoleon. So got a little French influence somewhere around there too. It is a beautiful, beautiful port city.
after a long day of travel, particularly getting up early as hell. It's nice to sit out by the water and just, you know, enjoy a beer. Talk about a view right there. Fantastic with a nice half liter. Cheers to you guys. Oh, that's good. By the way, this place is called, I think it's like Basta Bar and Grill. It's supposed to be well known for their pizzas. I just had that burger-ish. I ate like half of it, but even still, not hungry enough for a full pizza. But in a good mood for a beer and a beautiful view. Can't ask for anything better. Now, many of you that watch the channel may not know I am a huge sports fan, and particularly I am a big Bulls fan when it comes to basketball, because I grew up in the era of Michael Jordan, and my grandmother was from Chicago area, so I grew up with that influence. And of course, you're here in Croatia, you always got to talk about your boy, Toni Kukoc. Personally, my second favorite Chicago Bulls from the 90s. Sorry, Scotty. You know, my number one is Michael. Number two is Toni, because Toni was a beast. He could hit it from almost any point on the floor. He was tall. He was, you want to talk about a guy, that was awesome. And we could have gotten him a lot earlier, if it wasn't for the war, because he ended up playing, I think it was in '92, he played the Dream Team. Of course, lost to the Dream Team when Croatia played in the gold match against the US. However, Toni was drafted by us in '92 as well, but he didn't arrive until I think it was like '94, '95 season, mainly because of the war. So he stayed home for his family and stuff. But even still, that second three-peat, that's my boy right there. So I will say, first impressions of Split, I love this city. It's the second largest city in Croatia behind Zagreb. So much bigger even than Dubrovnik. Because Dubrovnik is really, it's kind of like a coastal resort town on one part, and then of course the old town in the other half. But Split is definitely bigger than Dubrovnik. But even still, like this old town area, it's just really nice to kind of walk through. You have a lot of ins and outs within the streets, kind of like back alleys you can kind of just get lost in. And there's a lot of history around. Like you think like all these like houses and whatnot are built into what I think are the former outer walls of Diocletian's palace. Like Rocco, who's my Airbnb guy, he was telling me, yeah, part of the palace is, you know, the ruins that you can check out, but a lot of the palace is still used to this day, and they were like kind of like built into with homes and apartments and stuff. So it is kind of cool that you can like technically live inside history in and of itself. And it's just, it's an amazing city here in Croatia. I highly recommend anybody coming to Croatia, make Split definitely one of your destinations. Alrighty guys, so that is going to be the end of this travel day video. Another one successfully done. We only have about, what, 1, 2, 3 more stops before I head home. But we're going to spend some time here in Split. I'll actually, in the next video, I'll do kind of like a whole overview of like historical and Old Town Split. And we'll even kind of like delve into other parts of the city as well. Do like a whole full-on city and food tour. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of like quick travel day from Mostar, Bosnia. If you have any questions about the travels, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. I will get to those to the best of my ability as soon as I can. And of course, if you like the video, give it a big old thumbs up. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you know when any of my new videos come on up. Also, if you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon page and a Buy Me a Coffee account, and I want to big old shout out to all my Patreons. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys on the next adventure. Until we meet again, peace out. Have a great night.